I want women to get to the point where they love themselves more than they love the men that they're in these relationships with. Please get to this point. All right, so this is a young woman. She says, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. I love him so much. But lately, I've been questioning whether this is the right relationship for me. So he's 25, she's 24, and they've been together for 3 years. So since she was 21. She says, my boyfriend and I have, okay, we've already established that. She says, most of our relationship, I've had to ask for the little things like flowers, compliments, date nights, and making special days special. He'll usually do it for a week after I bring it up, but then it stops again. It's been this way for years. Years. They've only been together for 3 years. So if it's been this way for years, what is she getting out of this? I used to go all out planning our dates, making birthdays and anniversaries feel special, and doing small gestures because it made me happy. But now those occasions just make me feel sad. On my birthday this year, he didn't get me flowers. It sounds small, I know, but it had been months since he last did. And he knows how much I love them. It just made me feel forgotten because he gave me a gift, which was a beautiful ring, but didn't write a card or try to make the day special. I understand maybe I shouldn't expect it, but I always try to make his birthday feel special, and I got sad. Valentine's Day really hurt too. He promised for 2 whole weeks that he'd get me my favorite chocolates. On the day of, he didn't. I wasn't even mad. I just said, can we still go sometime today? And he said yes. I asked him during the day if we should go now before dinner, and he said no, we'll just go after. After he told me he was too tired and just dropped me off at home. It wasn't about the chocolates. I was just excited to be thought of, and it broke my heart a little. When I told him it made me a little sad, he said, you're sad over chocolates. What hurts the most, though, is how he responds when I'm vulnerable. If I tell him something he did hurt me, he either goes quiet or says things like, well, I wouldn't be sad about that. Sometimes when I bring up wanting these little things up to him, he tells me that I must not love him unconditionally because if I did, these little things wouldn't matter. But to me, love is in the little things. It's in feeling cared for, noticed, valued. I don't think wanting to feel loved in a way that resonates with me means that my love isn't real. But his words have made me question myself. That is a Darvo technique where she brings up something and he flips it, and now he is the victim. Darvo stands for deny, attack, reverse victim offender. What he did in that moment, because she brought something up, he reversed it and he said that she doesn't love him. So he has reversed it, and now he's the one that is the victim in this situation because she is like she's doubting him, and now he's doubting her love for him. That is Darvo. It is a manipulation tactic to have you doubting yourself. She knows that she's not being treated well. She's listed all of these things out. We can all see that she's not being treated well. Hopefully, once everybody jumps into the comments and say, this is not a healthy relationship, she'll leave this man. I wonder if I shouldn't be asking for these things or if I'm asking the wrong person. Am I asking for too much? I also want to mention that he's my first love. I lost my virginity to him. This is the first relationship where I've really given my whole heart, so I don't know if I'm the problem. You're not the problem. I don't know if I'm expecting too much. You're not expecting too much. Or if I just don't know what a healthy, fulfilling relationship is supposed to feel like. That is absolutely the issue. You don't know what healthy is. You need to start with loving yourself first. If you loved yourself first and had some self-confidence, you wouldn't allow a man to treat you like this. She says, I love him, but I love him and I'm scared to lose him. Please don't be scared to lose him. This is not a man that's worth having. But I'm also scared to stay and keep feeling this lonely. If anyone's been through this, how did you know when it was time to let go? Or how did you let go of wanting to be loved in a certain way? Please just walk away from this man. This is not a fulfilling relationship. If you're in a relationship and you feel sad and lonely, this is not the relationship for you. This is a young woman, and I'm doing this because I know that I have 20 somethings in my network. I know that I have moms that share these stories with their daughters, and they might be teenagers. Please know and understand that you need to love yourself more than you love these boys, because this is not healthy. nothing that she said is fulfilling in any way. She didn't mention any kind of thing that she is getting out of this relationship. No mutual care, reciprocity, support, nothing. There's no reason to stay in this. Wrong Path says, I love my boyfriend so much, but he's emotionally unavailable and doesn't consider my needs and makes me feel stupid for having them, should I say? That is basically what she said. And then Wrong Path says, I don't say that to be mean. I just want you to see and realize that you deserve better. Anyone deserves better. People deserve to be in relationships with people who treat them like they actually like them. Well, maybe not him. And then she says, well, I wouldn't be sad about that because that's what the boyfriend said. He lacks the emotional intelligence required to meet your needs and to think about other people without being self-referential. In other words, he lacks the emotional imagination needed for empathy. He's not going to change, and no amount of communication will change if the person hears you but doesn't care. He's getting his needs met tenfold. He has no incentive to meet yours, even though the incentive should be care for you. What would you think if you had a friend that belittled you for being upset? Why would you accept less from a romantic partner? I think you already know the answer to this, but you're hoping to get through to him somehow. But this isn't a communication issue. He only changes his behavior temporarily to get you to stop complaining. He doesn't care about your feelings. He only considers your feelings and needs in relation to how they affect him. Maybe you're scared of being alone, or maybe it's the sunk cost fallacy, but I promise being alone is better than spending more of your 20s with someone apathetic about you, who cannot relate to you on a basic human emotional level. You could cry in public and probably get more sympathetic reaction from a stranger. And the OP says, damn, I needed to hear this. You're right, it's a bit of a mixture. I'm scared to be alone, and I'm scared no one will love me the way he does, unconditionally, which I know sounds ridiculous from reading what you wrote, but I do believe he loves me. Maybe he's incapable of showing it the way I need, and I need to accept that and walk away. Whew, I really do hope that, because she thinks that this is what love looks like. Oh, okay. Wrong Path responds to her saying, I completely see why you feel this way. This is someone you love and who has been your first, so it's hard to imagine beyond his familiarity and the safety that brings. It's also a lot harder to judge things like this when you're in the situation and it's spanned years, which is why I worded it very bluntly, because I don't blame you for feeling conflicted. You don't sound ridiculous. You sound like someone who has no frame of reference for how you should be treated. I know it's so hard, but you'd be making the right choice by walking away, because regardless of the reason, he's not someone who's able to care for you with the bare minimum, let alone how you deserve. It's not about the physical items. It's the act of care and effort, and he just expects you to be there to meet his needs without meeting yours. This is someone who would drain you and leave you feeling lonely in your relationship, then get annoyed at you seeming depressed after years of emotional neglect. This type of person would be a nightmare to be married to or have long-term plans and responsibilities with. You sound like a very lovely person, and you deserve someone who reciprocates with an open heart, who makes an active effort to make you feel cared for, and is in a similar place with emotional intelligence. Please tell the children. Please tell them in the back. Please tell them in the front. Women need to know and understand that you deserve more than these little crumbs. And if you don't get them from these boyfriends, these fiancés, these husbands, learn to give them to yourself first and foremost. All of that you pour into other people, learn to pour that into yourself first, so you don't feel so lonely and drained and sad and all of that. Learn to give it to yourself first. That's the reason why I do these stories, so that you can hear these things. You deserve more than crumbs. Join the conversation, and all. Please share these with the younger ladies. Share them with the older ladies that don't know any better. Please just continue to speak and share your stories. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.